Hey guys, it's Joker, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to play Ronin, aka Hawkeye from Avengers Infinity War. Um, I believe it's more specifically Infinity War Endgame. It's been a while since I've watched the movies, so don't specifically quote me on that, but I know he's from that part of the series. His signature ability is only really important if you're going to be using him as an Alliance War defender, and what that does is that whenever he gets 7 cruelty passives, he can shrug off all 7 of them to evade a hit that would hit him for a second. Whenever he evades an attack, he gains a Fury passive, increasing his attack rating by roughly about a sixth of his attack for 7 seconds. Now onto his normal abilities. His passive ability is if he would miss an attack or be evaded, he gains a cruelty passive, which is roughly about a third of his attack. Maximum 7 stacks, and that maximum 7 stacks goes all the way through for his cruelties. His sword attacks, they have 15% chance to inflict bleed, dealing roughly about a third of his attack as direct damage over 7 seconds. Critical strikes using the sword have a 100% chance to inflict bleed. Intercepting attacks has a plus 633.33% or plus critical rating to that, which means, you intercept attack, you're more likely to crit, which is more likely going to put the bleed. Against bleed immune champions, gain a cruelty passive whenever he would inflict a bleed. His stance preparation, he prepares stances by performing light attacks. His first light attack in a combo prepares guard stance, second one prepares wrath stance, and the third one prepares demon stance. Dodging back after preparing a stance makes him enter that stance, and when entering a new stance, he gains one of his cruelty passives. Also, whenever he enters a stance, when he has 7 cruelty passives, he gains a precision passive, increasing critical rating by 3,528.57 for 15 seconds on a rank 1 5-star, which is roughly the equivalent of a 334 star. Guard stance. Guard stance, while timed blocks, activates parry mastery, stunning opponents even if their attack is projectile based. So he can stun dominoes, havocs, things like that. He also has a plus 35% chance to perfect block. Entering this stance also has a 100% chance to purify a debuff. When in Wraith stance, all attacks reduce defensive ability accuracy by 40%. And when in Demon stance, all bleeds gain plus 75% ability accuracy and can be inflicted on block hits. So he can inflict bleeds on blocked hits like Yondu, and all around his bleeds are on about the same tier as Gwenpool's. They're pretty good bleeds. His special one, I don't really use it that often because it's pretty much does the exact same thing as just being in Wraith stance, and it's really just to counter evade champs such as Unawakened OG Spidey, and just champions that can evade in general. His special 2 is really good for short fights, and it inflicts a bleed that deals roughly about a third of his attack as direct damage over 7 seconds for each active cruelty passive. So if you have 7 cruelties, then that's basically like 2 1/3 of his attack is going to be dealt to the opponent in 7 seconds, which is really good. His special 3 grants a Fury passive, increasing attack rating by 141 for 35 seconds. And each active cruelty passive increases that attack rating by an additional 141. So he's kind of like a Star-Lord, only instead of it being his combo meter that ups his attack rating, it's his cruelties being removed on the special 3. Special 2 also removes all the cruelties, and kind of sucks that you lose the cruelties, but you gain massive damage for losing the cruelties. So you just want to go straight to the special 2 in a shorter fight, and in a longer fight you want to use the special 3 and then wrap back around to the special 2. So now I'm going to hop in here and I'm going to fight this Hulk. I'm in Act 4, Chapter 4, Quest 6, where you fight the Maestro. Because, this is roughly about the same place where you would have a 334 star. And I'm just going to show you guys how to play Ronin. Oh, I fucked up on my intercept. But, you know, you can even hit into their block and change your stance. And you want to just keep switching between guard and wrath stance until you get to 6 cruelties. And then you want to switch to the 7th cruelty when you enter demon stance, so that way you get increased bleeds. And as you can see, that's normally a pretty tanky Hulk, and as the equivalent of a rank 3 level 34 star, took him out in 24 hits. But he is a high skill champ to play, just because of the fact that you have to be constantly intercepting. And that's about all when it comes to Ronin.